Hi, I am Hamza Iqbal and welcome to my YouTube channel Nightfall. Hope you will be fine, so let's start the story without wasting time. The last thing Owen saw before the darkness consumed him was the faintest glimmer of his mother's face, staring down at him from the top of the stairs. Her eyes wide with horror, she reached out for him, but it was too late. From that night on, no one saw Owen again. And the house, it whispered more than ever, its walls alive with the trapped souls of those who had vanished long ago. The wind carried their voices, calling out to anyone who would listen, but no one dared to enter the house again. No one, except for one lonely boy trapped forever in the whispers of the walls. A pale, twisted face emerged from the shadows, its hollow eyes staring into his very soul, and its mouth split into a wide, cruel grin. The voice, now sharp and distorted, echoed through the room. "Join us, Owen, you'll never be alone again." The boy screamed, his body shaking uncontrollably, but the grip on his wrist tightened. He tried to pull away, but the darkness was swallowing him whole. His heart skipped a beat. The whispering started again, louder this time, surrounding him. The walls seemed to pulse as though something was moving within them. "Owen, we've been waiting for so long." A pale, skeletal hand reached from the darkness, grasping at his wrist. The boy froze in terror, but he couldn't pull away. The house was alive with the souls of those who had been trapped here, their voices now mingled with the walls themselves. And then Owen saw it. The basement door creaked open, and the darkness within seemed to swallow the light from the hallway. Owen stepped forward, his breath visible in the freezing air. As he descended into the dark, he felt the walls around him grow tighter, as though they were pressing in, urging him to go further. Suddenly, the whispers stopped. A thick silence fell over him, heavy and suffocating. Owen reached out in front of him, feeling the cold stone walls, when his fingers brushed against something soft, something alive. The whispers grew clearer, and he could hear them begging, pleading. "Owen, open the door, come to us." The boy's hand hovered over the doorknob. His mother had warned him to never go into the basement. But what could it hurt to just peek? What were the voices trying to tell him? With a trembling hand, he twisted the knob and crept into the hallway. The house seemed even colder now, as if it were alive with something dark and hungry. The whispers led him down the stairs, deeper into the bowels of the house. "Owen, come closer." Terrified, Owen would pull the covers over his head, squeezing his eyes shut and praying for the sounds to stop. But they never did. The whispers became voices, low, guttural voices, as though coming from the very walls themselves. One night, as the moonlight filtered through the cracks in the curtains, Owen couldn't take it anymore. He threw back the covers and tiptoed to the door, his heart pounding. In the walls, and the shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally long at night. It was on one of those long, dark evenings when the air grew thick with unease that Owen first heard the whispers. At first, it was just a murmur, faint, as though someone was speaking just outside his door. He dismissed it as the wind. But night after night, the whispers grew louder. They seemed to call his name, soft at first, then insistent. In a small, forgotten town nestled among tall, ancient trees, there stood a house with peeling paint and windows that always seemed to be watching. No one remembered who lived there or how long it had stood empty. That is, until one winter night, when a lonely boy named Owen moved in with his mother. Owen was quiet, withdrawn, an odd boy, some said. He preferred books to people and spent most of his time reading in the corners of his room, or playing alone in the yard. The house, which had always been cold and drafty, felt more like a mausoleum than a home. The wind would howl through the crack. Thanks for watching video.